We are at day 2 of upskilling in GCP. So before even we start learning anything, first we want to ensure we have the proper tools to take our notes. I prefer going with digital note taking so that it's easy for us to update. I'll also show an example why I stress about that. So the general pattern I follow is I use a tool called Notion, and there is another tool which I use called Logseq. First we'll see about Notion and then we'll go with Logseq. So we can create a main page for GCP, and then going further, all the nodes for GCP is going to go under this specific page. We can add as many sub pages, but this page will be the main database for the GCP related topics. I will show you a walkthrough like how I did for AWS, since we are going to mimic the same thing for GCP upskilling. So any topic I read per specific service, then I create a separate page for that. In case if I am going on preparing for any specific certification, then I create a separate page for that. So this makes the process more easy. Whenever there is an update from AWS or GCP or any provider which you are learning, we can just go and edit our knowledge base without worrying about scribbling in the pens and papers. To give more about the real-time scenario, recently there is an announcement from AWS where they mentioned about decommissioning the service of Code Commit, Cloud9, SimpleDB and so on, which means we also need to update our knowledge base. And from certificate aspect, Code Commit as an example plays a vital role for the certification of Developer Associate. So what I can do is I can just quickly go here and duplicate it so that we can have our backup of the nodes which we take. And then what I can do here is if I go for search for the keyword Code Commit, and you see I already have a separate section just for the Code Commit. So I can just go and destroy this, because for any new solution it's no more a valid part. Even if it's needed in future, we already have the backup. So in case if I want to renew my certificate for specific to Developer Associate, I don't need to worry about service Code Commit because it's out of the topic. Same way we can create going further per service or per topic, we'll start creating the nodes, and here you can even add a specific one. So since it's a cloud, maybe I can search with a fancy cloud specific logo. Cool. So we have the base Notion page create for GCP. Let's talk about the secondary tooling called Logseq, which is most of a fancy tooling and it's an open source one. You can use it for multiple purposes like journaling or taking notes and more on. So you can just create a page, something with double square brackets, and within that you can call it as GCP, and that's going to create a new page, and you can create notes over there, and you can again create sub page for that like test GCP for example, and then going further it's going to create as much subfolders for it. You can also see the linked pages, like this page is linked to which main page, and you can create more subtopics, test sub node, and if you want to go like more focused mode, you can click here and then try to add. So lot of fancy stuff can be done here. So now we have our Logseq basic nodes being set, the base page we have now. Going further, all our nodes will be going over here. Cool. So that's all for the day 2. We have our base setup ready. We'll see more in the upcoming days. Thanks.